Welcome back to the channel, and first off, a massive thank you to everyone who keeps coming back for more. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. If this is your first time here, welcome aboard, and if you like what you hear, smash that like button, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because you're going to want to see where this one goes. And a special thank you to those who have given me insider information. No names, no court martials, you know who you are. Thanks. Today we're taking a little trip to Harrison County, Indiana. The town of Lanesville, or as I like to call it, Liarville. Currently population 2, but don't worry, it's only temporary.
Born through a party in the county jail. The prison band was there and they began to wail.
We're about to see Tiffany get exposed again, and watch Dumbwaiter try to spin this mess like it's everybody's fault but hers. Apparently it's all about her kids, and generally specific, he's the villain here. Yeah, right. We'll play the clip and then I'm going to rip it apart and tell you what's really going on. Now, on with the video.
Seeing that, but we'll get to that in just a minute. I have no choice but to come clean about what's up against, what Tiffany's up against. That's how I should put it. We only got 35. Let's try to get a few more people in here. So you may or may not have seen that. Yeah, James, family court is closed to the public, but you know Todd keeps getting involved in the kids stuff. So you all may or may not have seen that. There's a document going around, a public document that shows that she has court. She's got court, and she's in big trouble because it's a real big story for them. And you know, I have to just be frank with y'all and just tell you what it is all about. This is not easy for us. I need more people in here. We're up to 50. We need more. I think we need to get up to a pretty good number of people because I don't want anybody to miss out on this. I'm sure everybody is invested in seeing me or Tiffany get in trouble. So everybody needs to know about it. So we need a lot of people in here so that we can spread the truth behind it, like what I spin it as. We need to be able to get that out there. So all right, yeah, I know that y'all don't mind, but we need to have all the right information out there. And it's a fact that Tiffany is in trouble.
Born through a party in the county jail. The prison band was there and they began to wail.
It's in big trouble, I guess. At least that's what they're saying. I love you guys. I hope I didn't scare you. There's a civil judgment against Tiffany over a truck repair. And Todd made it about her kids somehow.
Alright, so you want to come clean about what Tiffany's facing? Here's the truth. If she hadn't buried her head in the sand, pretending the problem would just magically disappear, she wouldn't be sitting front page news right now. And then what happens? The very first thing out of your mouth is a lie. Then you double down, blaming generally specific, saying he's making it about her kids. Okay, Dumbwaiter, let's actually look at what Todd said. Quote, "Deadbeat Napier seems to have a problem honouring her commitments to her child, and now there seems to be proof that she is a deadbeat debtor. Shame, shame, shame. How this be spun? Can't wait." End quote. That's it. All he is doing is pointing out a pattern. She doesn't support her kid because she's not paying child support, and she doesn't pay her credit card debts. They're facts. You can't deny that, dumbwaiter. And to be honest with you, I'm just a little disappointed. I tagged both of you and Tiffany in my own post, and you didn't say a word. Guess I must be speaking the truth. And trust me, I was much harsher than what Todd was. This is what I wrote. Quote, "So you held a knife to your boyfriend's throat, according to a DCS CPS report dated 10/30/2019. Then I've got a link to one of my videos. Not only are you required to pay child support, have you paid it recently? But now you haven't been paying for your credit card debt. You know a credit card isn't free money. You need to pay back what you spend, generally with interest. Here's some free advice. Save the money you're spending on legal studies. A lawyer needs to have integrity, honesty, trustworthiness. All the things that you seem to be missing. Maybe it's time I look at taking a holiday in the US. I believe Kentucky's looking good." End quote. So you want the truth?
You can't handle the truth!
Here it is. Sit back, dumbwaiter, because class is in session.
Recess is over!
It's time for you to learn something. Let's start with Tiffany's child support. Tiffany was ordered by the court to pay $65 per week. $65. That's not even a week's worth of food, let alone education, medical care, clothing, or any of the other costs that come with raising a child. It's a slap in her face to her daughter, the same daughter she claims that she wants to have access to. And yet, remember Tiffany's Mother's Day post? Lose them? I didn't even want them. Even without looking up her child support record, that post alone screams deadbeat mum. Since April 2024, Tiffany's paid a total grand of about $870 in child support, leaving a balance of $3,790, still unpaid. And where were you in all of this, dumbwaiter? You're supposed to be her boyfriend, her lover. Why didn't you step in and help her out? You could have used some of that six-figure payout from the raid lawsuit. You could have put some of the money from selling your horse towards it. You could have even used the ad revenue from your old YouTube channel before it was terminated. But no, your policy is what's mine is mine. Meanwhile, Tiffany is racking up consequences. Contempt of court, license suspension, even the possibility of jail time. So 3 words sum up Tiffany perfectly. Dead beat mother. And it doesn't stop there. Tiffany is now facing legal action for failing to pay off a credit card. A card that, by the way, was not used to repair your truck. Didn't you once say you told your mum the truck's engine blew up and you needed money to fix it? Didn't you use your mum's credit card not for the engine, but for new tyres and to get the brakes fixed instead? This card's history is telling. It was originally issued on December 7th, 2023 through the Bank of Missouri. The account was later taken over by Concora Credit Incorporated and then sold to Midland Credit Management, a collection agency. Tiffany's closing balance, $1,412.21. How much has she paid towards it? Zip. Nothing. And dumbwaiter, let's be real here. This card has a credit limit of $700. It's overdrawn. That's why she owes $1,412.21. It couldn't have covered the brake repair even if she wanted to. You even said the mechanic quoted $1,000 for your brakes. So what do we have here? 2 separate issues: child support and credit card debt. with one common denominator: Tiffany. She is delinquent on her child support. She is delinquent on her credit card. The only real difference is the credit card debt is owed to a private company. And trust me, they work faster than a government agency. Except for maybe the IRS, when it comes to collecting. But mark my words, dumbwaiter, both will collect. In that first clip from Dumbwaiter, he says that there's a civil judgment on Tiffany over a truck repair. So let's listen to what he has to say about the truck repair. I'm not going to bore you with all the crap that he says beforehand. And then I'm going to debunk his truck repair. Dumbwaiter, some more free advice. The camera doesn't lie. Maybe you could take lessons from the camera.
We found the problem. The problem is that you need a new brake booster. And I'm like, well, shit, I thought it would be like a leaky line or some bad pads or something, because, you know, they were still working. It would just like, over time of using them, you know, I'd have to put more fluid in the reservoir. Yeah, James, tell us the good news, buddy. So I was putting more fluid in the reservoir, and I thought, well, I need to find out, you know, from the professionals what's really wrong with it. Well, they told me it was the booster, like this big. I'll show it to you in just a second. Well, here, I'll show you now. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. So, let me take it to my truck. There we go. All right, so there's the truck. And I'll show you the part that we're talking about here. It's pop the hood. I guess it was already popped. What do y'all think? Not in too bad a shape, huh? It's for sale. If anybody's interested, it is for sale. So it was. Here, let me set this down for a minute. This that booster right there where the brake reservoir and everything's at, that part right there, they said that's what was wrong, was that. See it? This entire assembly right here, that's brand new. That's all brand new. And all right, so the professionals told us that was the issue. And they said, we can fix it for, I think it was $1,000, like $800 and something plus tax. 900 and something, almost 1,000. So that's what we had to do. That's exactly what we had to do, was get that replaced. It's an expensive part. We were expecting maybe 200 or 300. And I was like, I kind of questioned. I was like, well, like, it don't look that bad to me. The old one didn't. It looked like it was okay. Just had a little bit of seepage around it. And I was telling the guy, I'm like, I think it's something different, because, you know, we're losing fluid a lot faster than that. Like, than what that leak looked like. But he said, no, I'm sure. So, okay, well, I was going to wait and take it to another shop. But because Tiff was kind of in a hurry to get her dad's stuff moved, she had been reading the signage out in the lobby of the repair place, and it said that there was a payment plan that she could get on. This is the big news. Somebody needs to call Fox 41 or whoever Todd wants, so that this could be, you know, blasted, because it's a big story about her kids. So she sees these signs saying, well, you know, you can get credit today and they'll do like 5 easy payments or whatever. So she says, no, Chris, let's just go ahead and get it done. She said, I'm gonna apply for this thing, and I'm just gonna, you just, you know, help me pay it back or whatever. I'm like, you know, if it's, I told her, I said, we just go down the road and get a second opinion. She said, no, it's been too long. we need to get this thing fixed. You know, we can't wait much longer. Let's just go ahead and do it. So she signs up. She gets this credit thing done. Well, they keep the truck overnight. They put the booster on. They call me to come get it next morning. And I went to get it. And the first thing I noticed when I started the truck and backed out of the parking lot was that the brakes were really, they weren't right. They were really like, wasn't squishy. It was like real tight, but hardly any braking was happening. I said, there ain't no way. Like, as soon as I hook up one of my big ass trailers, there ain't no way. So we turned right around, went back, and I said, you know, this ain't gonna cut it, buddy. Like, yeah, the brakes are tight now, but they're not braking, you know. And he said, well, if we have more problems with it or whatever, you all did that payment plan thing, so I don't have the power as a manager in the store to do anything about it like that. You'll have to take that up with them, because that was how we paid. But he said, no, I'm sure it's right. Just drive it. So we drove it home. We went and got her dad's stuff. We did that with it. The whole time the brakes were weird. And the more I drove it, the more that brake went back down again. And the reservoir went empty again. Just like it was doing before we brought it there. Exactly what it was doing before we brought it there. So I parked it. It's still parked. We've hardly used it. When I do use it, I just fill it back up with fluid. Use it until the fluid runs down, and then we park it again. And I'm selling it as is like that. Because we found out that what the real problem was a brake line on the driver's side front is leaking real bad. A brake line, just that simple. That's all it was. Just a brake line, had a leak in it. Must have got pinched somehow or something. So that's it. It wasn't a brake booster. It wasn't that big assembly, and we didn't need to be charged $1,000. So we did what you do, and we disputed the claim, the charges on. We made a couple payments in that amount of time. We went ahead and paid a couple payments towards it, but we disputed the charges. If anyone can tell me how that has anything to do with Tiffany's kids, please enlighten me. Please enlighten me how that has anything to do with children.
Oh, where to even start? Well, just so you're forewarned, Dumbwaiter is asking $12,500 for a 2008 Chevy Silverado LT 3500. I guess that could pay Tiffany's child support and what she owes on this credit card court case. Stay tuned, I've got some breaking news. Or you could buy her a supply of AA batteries. Which lasts longer, copper top or lithium? Guess I'll have to ask Tiffany. Now, according to the Kelly Blue Book, that truck has a resale value of about $10,200 and a trade-in value of around $7,500. So right off the bat, the asking price is a joke. And that's before we even get into the issues. Sure, there are cosmetic things that drag down value. Dents, faded paint, a torn seat, fogged lights. But let's talk about the big problem, the brakes. Dumbwaiter claims that the master cylinder was replaced. For what's supposed to be a new unit, this looks beaten to death. Old dry stains on the reservoir, wear all over the body. This doesn't scream fresh repair, it screams still broken. And then Dumbwaiter flat out admits, at the end of his own clip, that there's a leak from the front driver's side brake line. That right there is why I'm calling bullshit on the repair claim. No legitimate mechanic, I suppose there's the word legitimate mechanic, he hasn't gone into one of them, would ever let a vehicle leave their shop with a leaking brake line. Period. Now, thanks to Dumbwaiter's own camera angles, we get to see even more. Both front tyres scrubbed on the inside treads, a clear sign a wheel alignment is overdue. Translation, you'll need new tyres. And they already look flat, which means that this truck hasn't been driven in ages. Also means that there are going to be flat spots on those tyres. Translation, new tyres. Add in the spider web on the right hand wheel. plus what looks suspiciously like an oil stain under it. Yeah, this Silverado isn't worth $12,500. An honest price would be somewhere between $5,000 and $7,500. Hey, dumbwaiter, there's a company in Indiana that will come and tow your vehicle away. I've sent in an application for you. Now, Ryder, if someone's dumb enough to buy your truck, you'd better disclose every single issue. Saying as is won't protect you if you knowingly hide safety problems. And let's be real, you can't afford to get sued. I was going to leave it here, but I've just had some fresh breaking news. Tiffany's just picked up another delinquent credit card lawsuit. Yeah, another one. It doesn't get any better. And this one would appear to be the one for a Drive credit card from Citibank. Hey, dumbwaiter, I guess those batteries are going to have to wait a while. Let's sum up Tiffany. Delinquent in child support, $3,790. Delinquent in credit card number 1, $1,412. And now delinquent in credit card number 2, $985. What's next, Tiffany? Delinquent in your school fees? Maybe rent? Let's see. This is going to get interesting.